Pick up and then we'll go.
We'll never surrender.
Skin boots on a Saturday night.
Hello guys, this is the Game Revolution, and today I have two Easter egg codes that have actually been found on Shadows of Evil over the past 2, 3 or 4 days. So we've seen so far that there have been tons of hidden codes on both the Giant and Shadows of Evil, and we're still finding new ones to this day. I think we've found about all of them on the Giant. So far there's actually 6 on the Giant. There's 4 codes, and then there's a few other little codes, but they're giving in a different format. And there is an absolutely ton on Shadows of Evil. I think if I wait maybe about a month once we've actually found them all, I may make like a big long video with every single code because there is absolutely tons of them. But let's jump into the first code. So this code can actually be found in the waterfront area near one of these perk locations, and you want to come over to where there's this brick and hold square X or F on that, and the brick will rise up, very similar to the original Duri's floating brick Easter egg, which is also on the Giant as well. And the brick will rise up and it will actually leave this secret code, which will be on the floor. Now if you decode this code, it will translate to M is interested in these worthless beings. All his work will be undone, with an X at the end. Now, mostly from what I've seen, everyone's jumped to conclusions thinking that M is Maxis. It could also be Dr. Monty. But I think who he actually is the reporter, the news reporter that we hear in all the radio quotes and telephone calls within Shadows of Evil. I think that's most likely who he is, but from this code we can't really we can't actually take much out of this, and I think the reason for that is because I think this code will make more sense further down the line once we get DLC maps released. I think these codes will make a lot more sense, but at the moment they're very random and they don't give us precise detail. Now, I don't know what the X means at the end. It could be like some sort of relationship going on here between whoever M is and the person. Or X could also be standing for something else, but I'm not sure what on earth it could be standing for. Now, the next code we haven't actually managed to decipher, and this was actually found by the Glitching Queen. So, of course, as always, a link to her channel will, of course, be down in this video's description. Make sure to go and check out her channel and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And this has actually been straight in our faces for quite some time now, as it's actually in the first area after you open the first door within Shadows of Evil. And if you come over to this far shop here, near where Stamming Up is, and you look down on the ground, you can again see this code, and it actually has a bit which is actually readable, which is the key, and it says only the cursed survive, and then there's a load of coding underneath it. Now this is very we because when we first got the first marketing material released for Black Ops 3 Zombies, we obviously got this phrase only the cursed survive, and we are still yet to know exactly what this phrase means. However, I think once we've deciphered it, we will know a lot more. So if you're good at cryptography, then make sure to try and decipher this code, and if you do manage to decipher it, make sure to let me know and I'll be sure to credit you. I've tried a few different things to try and decipher this code, but I'm not really getting anywhere. I've managed to pick out like 1 words from this code, but they're probably wrong. I've also managed to pick out some single characters. But I just wanted to talk about what only the cursed survive could mean, because we know that all of the characters on Shadows of Evil, they're all cursed, and that's why they can go into the beast mode. And it's very weird, because it's sort of implying that they will be the only survivors at the end of the zombie storyline, if there ever is an end. But this wouldn't really make any sense, because at the end of the Shadows of Evil Easter egg, when Richtofen takes the summoning key and basically just runs off with it for his own good, well, we sort of assume that the Shadows of Evil characters are then just left there to die and we'll never hear from them again. But this quote, only the cursed survive, sort of hints that maybe they will survive somehow, and I'm not entirely sure why or how. Maybe the characters do actually have some sort of significant importance into the zombie storyline that we just don't know about yet, because at the moment, from the looks of things, it seems like Shadows of Evil is just a side story. It's something that is just a side story, and it doesn't actually tie that much into the main storyline apart from the ending. But what if they have some sort of bigger significance and somehow they end up being the only survivors out once the storyline eventually ends? I'm not really sure what to make out of this, because we've seen a lot of things. We've seen from the hidden papers that it says all must die, and for some reason Richthofen's going through all of these different parallel universes, crossing them off, and he's going through all of these universes and he's changing the history, he's changing things for either the better or for the good. We're not entirely sure what his end goal is at the moment, but maybe once he's done all of this, somehow they will be the only survivors, or maybe Richthofen doesn't know about the significance of these 4 characters at the moment, and further on as the DLC progresses, he may actually realise that they are really important and he may go back to Shadows of Evil for some reason. I'm not sure, this is a completely wild theory, but this quote is very, very interesting. Or maybe the cursed ones aren't actually the Shadows of Evil characters, maybe there's some other people who are also cursed. Maybe the Mob of the Dead characters, actually now thinking about it, maybe the Mob of the Dead characters have some sort of significance, because I think they're cursed as well, since they can go into the afterlife mode, which is the equivalent of the beast mode. So I think definitely either the Mob of the Dead characters or the Shadows of Evil characters, we're going to see them in the future DLC map packs, and they're going to play more into the storyline, because we've seen the Mob of the Dead playing on the Giants as well. So there's high possibilities of seeing these characters again within the DLC in some way, shape or form. Whether it means they'll be playable characters or whether they'll just turn up within the DLC as NCPs, or maybe they'll be shown within cutscenes, I'm not entirely sure. But let me know your thoughts on this down in the comment section down below. Hopefully we can decipher this code soon so we know what it means, and maybe that will actually uncover what only the cursed survivor actually means. So anyways, thank you for watching the video, it's Craft, and you're here for latest and greatest Call of Duty Black Zombies news and information. So anyways, thank you for watching, and bye.